No matter how carefully you enter content in a worksheet, it's almost inevitable that at some point you'll need to make changes. So it's important to know how to edit your cell entries. In this lesson, we'll select cells for editing, make deletions, and add new content. Here's our payroll calculator worksheet that we've been working on. We need to edit some of these cells. Here in cell A5, we need to correct the spelling of the name Peter. And in cell B6, right here, we need to change the number of hours worked for Livia Cortano. In cell A9, the employee's first name is completely wrong, so we need to fix that. In cell C12, we need to change Ricardo's overtime hours. When we're finished, our worksheet will have the correct spelling of words, Peter's name will be spelled correctly, and we'll also have some information entered about Javier's name so that we have correct information as we move along with our spreadsheet. That's very, very important to be able to go back and edit any cell entries we have. So first I'm going to do is click cell A5, and I'm going to select that cell. We know it's selected because of the large bold lines around it. I want to actually change it. So I'll move my mouse pointer up to the formula bar. I'll click in the formula bar. The mouse pointer changes to an I-beam. So I can click it where I want it to be to do my editing. I can click right between the I and the E in Peter. I can click the backspace, and now it actually changes to what I need it to change to. So when I actually click in the formula bar, as mentioned in an earlier screencast, we are now in edit mode, as you can see down here in the status bar. And up in the formula bar, you can see I now have buttons to delete, which is cancel, or enter my entry. So once I've made my change, I'm going to click enter. And now Peter Bruegel is corrected. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to look at cell B6. I go to column B and go down to 6. What I want to do is actually enter into edit mode. I could click in the formula bar here, but I can also press the F2 button on my keyboard. That automatically enters us into edit mode, and the insertion point is blinking in the cell. You can see that's here to the end of the cell on the right. So some people prefer editing right in the cell instead of using the formula bar. It's simply a matter of preference. The results are the same, so you need to pick a method that is better for you. So I'm going to click backspace, and then I'm going to type 8. So I now have entered 38 instead of 35. I'm going to enter, and now the active cell becomes B7. So now what I need to do, I need to go to cell A9. So I'm going to go here to the cell that contains Martinez, comma 1. I can actually enter into edit mode by actually double-clicking the cell. When I double-click over 1, you'll notice down here in the status bar I'm entered into enter mode. So now I actually need to replace the name Juan with Javier. So I'm going to double-click again, and it selects the whole first name, Juan, that I was on with my mouse pointer. And now I'm going to type in his name, Javier. I'm going to press the enter key. When I press the enter key, it sticks my changes there. Now I'm going to go to C12 here, and I'm going to double click in C12. Depending on where my mouse pointer is located, notice the blinking cursor is now in front of the C12, and the insertion point blinks wherever I actually point. I'm going to actually press the F2 key, and nothing happens, except what you'll notice down at the bottom, the status changes from edit to enter, meaning I'm in edit mode or enter mode, depending on what I'm doing. Double-clicking a cell allows you to edit right in the cell rather than moving up to the formula bar. So just like pressing the F2 key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the 8 that's here. So I'm going to double click and press the delete key. Then I'm going to enter 4 and click enter so that I can change it to 4 overtime hours. Now I'm actually going to go up and save the changes of my workbook. And what I want to do now, once that I've gone through this and I understand this, I need to go back to my book and I want to actually look for some additional tips about how to actually enter labels and use edit mode in my actual workbook. And also you'll find a table that explains many of the common Porter shapes in Excel.